Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to round 16, the final round of the East Coast V8 series. Coming to you live from the one and only Imola circuit in Emilio Romagna in Italy. Famous circuit, the Enzo Ferrari circuit, of course, quite well known. And here we are on the 3rd of May, 2 days after the 28th passing of Ayrton Senna. Of course, Ayrton Senna dying having a tragic accident in the Tamburello curve at this circuit many years ago. And of course, there is a fitting tribute for him as well that they've left at the circuit. And we might come back, have a look at that one a bit later. And there it is there, the Senna Memorial, located just past the Tamburello curve. And we might just continue on now and have a quick look at our championship standings. We'll start with those, of course, because this is what is the last round of the series. So these championship standings include drop rounds. But before I get into that, I might introduce my co-host, Mr. Mark Duggan. How are you, Mark?
G'day, John. I'm well. How are you? Good to be here. Great track to be racing for the final round. Some very quick drivers, so looking forward to an exciting night.
Absolutely. We'll get to those drivers in a minute, but just first quickly run through the championship standings. Cory Mcfarlane on 2,286, and these points are after their 2 drop rounds as well. So Cory, the man to beat tonight, take a fair bit of stopping, I think, to knock him off the top perch of the championship. And then closely behind, we have Todd Hayne in second on 2,147, closely followed by Blake Warboys, 2 points behind on 2,145. So going to be an epic battle between those two. And don't rule out Michael Whiting in 4th and Hayden Harrison in 5th, both in the 2,100s as well. Then in 6th, we've got James Chastanuth on 2,061. Adam Hayne rounds out the 7 in 2,056. And then we have Harrison Dengate in 8th on 1,929. He was only 7 points clear of Andrew Ritchie in 9th. And James McKnight, the People's Champion, sitting rounding out our top 10 in 1,875, with Andrew Archer closely behind with Paul Young. So we've got a real battle ahead of us tonight to fill out all these places, haven't we, Mark?
Yeah, it should be exciting, especially between Todd and Blake. They're very close generally week in, week out, so they're going to really be fighting out for that second spot on the championship table. Cory obviously got a fairly healthy lead and would have to have a major blunder tonight to not take out the championship. So some good racing and, yeah, lots of good names in that top 10.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We've had a cracker of a season. And to be honest, I'm really impressed with how these boys have all gone. We might have a quick look at this circuit as well. And we'll click to the track map. So, of course, as I said, we're at Imola, which is located approximately 30 kilometres or 40 kilometres down the road from Bologna. And it starts, of course, at the variant Vassa, which is a sweeping main straight, where we go through turn 1. We then come down into the variant Tamburello through turn 3 and 4. Very tricky entrance into turn 2 there, as the track actually slowly bends towards it. And then we come out of the fast turn 4 into turn 5 and 6, the variant Villeneuve. Of course, this location of the accident of the great Roland Ratzenberger on the Saturday before Ayrton Senna. Then we come into Tosa, turn 7, and then we come up the hill with a steep climb, up through Piratella, and then we sweep down through turn 10, down through turn 11 into another one of the very tough, demanding corners on the circuit, the Aqua Minerale. And then we come up the hill through 13, up into the variant Alta, one of the hardest chicanes on the circuit. And then we come running down the hill, down through 16, with the downhill braking that catches a lot of drivers out into turn 17, the first Rivazza. And then we come through turn 18, the second Rivazza, and then we sweep back down the main straight through 19 through the start-finish line. Of course, the track length is 4.91 kilometres, 19 turns, and the iRacing official record for this circuit is held by James Scott with a 1:41.376. It is a tough circuit, Mark.
It is a tough circuit. It's a great circuit for V8s to drive on. It's wide, it's fast and flowing. Not lots of it. There's a few tricky sections, but yeah, like it's a great fun track to drive. It's a little bit slippery, as all the Grand Prix tracks seem to be in iRacing, and yeah, I think we're going to see some great racing tonight.
Absolutely. And we might just have a quick look at the quali times before we go to the chart itself. I'll just fix some graphics up real quick here. Just bear with me for a minute. So on pole, we have Brenton Hobson from SSR from Synergy Sim Racing. Great drive by Brenton. Get himself on pole. Followed by that, we have Todd Hayne in second, Hayden Harrison in third, Blake Warboys in fourth, Cory Mcfarlane in fifth, Christian Smart with probably one of his best qualities for the year, sitting in sixth, Damien Johnston in seven, and then we have Harrison Dengate, Adam Hayne, James Chastney rounding out the top 10, Michael Whiting, McKnight, Nathan Gore in 13, Scotty McCune in 14. We then have Paul Young in 15, Logan Barnett in 16, Richie Dumbrell. And I might skip now to the rear of grid because this is where this gets really interesting. We have, sitting qualifying with no time at all, we have Brady Baldwin, Josh Barry, Ash Barella, SSR's Hayden Veld and Kobe Jones, followed by Jordan Ross, Nathan Norman, who we know from the NTE series, Damien Cairns, Matthew Brunt, and an outstanding name there, Jackson Susan Harlow.
That's going to make some interesting racing from rear of grid. Some big names at the back there, and I expect to see not only Jackson but Jordan Ross, Kobe Jones. Them boys will be trying to make ground very quickly, so it's going to be some good racing.
Absolutely. As we're about to go racing, we might actually see if I can bring up the actual grid. And we flick to that. So, of course, we got Hobson, as I said, on pole with Hayne, Harrison, Warboys, Cory Mcfarlane, Christian Smart, Johnston, Harrison Dengate, Adam Hayne, James Chastanuth, Michael Whiting next to Jamie McKnight. That's going to be an epic battle to watch for the evening. And then we have Nathan Gore, Scotty McCune from Hypersonic Racing, Paul Young from PRA, Logan Barnett, Andrew Ritchie, Michael Dumbrell, Darren Shannon, Sean Rigby, Joe Daly, Roy Clark up into 22, Josh Trajan 23, a little bit poor performance there. He's probably not going to be very happy to be that far down the grid. Andrew Archer in 24. And then we have, after Andrew, we've got Chris Island from Send It Sim Sport. Hoffy managed to get onto the grid in 26. Braden O'Loughlin in 27. Bradley Baldwin in 28. Josh Barry, Ash Barella, Kobe Jones, Hayden Veld, Nathan Norman, Damien Cairns. Stephen Varga is a surprise drop in there as well. Another one name is quite well known in vets. And then we also have Matthew Brunt. And then after that Matthew Brunt, we've got Jordan Ross is also in tonight. And Jackson Susan Harlow with Seb, Race Control, and Richard Barilla as our safety car driver. We have an epic field, and the stuff down the back is going to be very entertaining to watch.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there, John. It's going to be very entertaining to watch. But, you know, in saying that, they've still got to get through cleanly, and otherwise they're just going to kind of waste everybody's night. So, you know, they've got to be precise with their decisions, and yeah, it's going to be interesting.
And it's going to be very interesting. Actually, I'm really looking forward to it. And of course, we'll try and come back to it a bit later. But we also have Michael Dumbrell in the cam tonight, and we also have, if it works, Blake Warboys as well. So hopefully we'll get a chance to do that. And we'll quickly jump back here. And a big welcome to round 16 from the race control team. They're excited and looking forward to wrapping up a fantastic season 2, and a big thank you to the drivers, and they've had a great season as well. So lovely words there from Seb in race control, passed on to the boys. And we can't be too far away now as we go back to the grid. We might bring the map up. We're just about all set to go here. I think we're about 10 seconds out from race control dropping the flag. Interesting to see how we go, how Brenton gets off the line, see if Todd can go with him. What can Hayden Harrison, Blake Warboys and Cory Mcfarlane do? And the lights are on. 3, 4, 5, lights out, we're away. Bit of tie smoke there from down the back. Not sure who that was who blocked it up. I think that might have been Dengate. It looks like Todd Haynes got the jump around the outside. Hobson holding up the inside. They both sweep in the zero. Haynes goes to the grass. Slows down there, which allows Warboys through. Now Mcfarlane blinking a little bit, having a look on the inside there of Haynes. Hobson holds out, coming into Villeneuve. Starting to form a line. Warboys, Mcfarlane, Todd Haynes, Christian Smart, Hayden Harrison. A little bit of movement. Christian Smart up into fourth. That's a great move. A little bit of fighting going on at the back there between the two Taipan cars. As we come a bit further back, we can see we're 3 wide coming up the hill.
Just wondering if Todd Haynes got a slowdown penalty then and he was trying to get it cleared before he got the black flag.
It definitely looked like something had happened. As we might just jump back to the front for the minute as we go through Hobson. Hobson leads us up to Varga and Alta for the first time. As the cars come through. We do have an accident back at Aqua Minerale. 2 wide coming through here. Cars going everywhere. Great little curb cam we set up for tonight. We'll come back to that one a bit later as we come down through the Rivazza. I've got a car stopped at the back. I believe it might be Roy Clark, but looks like he's got it going again. So Brenton Hobson leads us through lap 1 of 51, followed by Warboys, Mcfarlane, Hayden Harrison, Christian Smart, Adam Hayne, Michael Whiting, Chastity, Dengate, followed by Toddy Hayne, Nathan Gore with a good start there. And we might quickly jump down the back. As these boys look, they might be starting to settle a little bit. We'll have a quick look. Jackson Susan Harlow up 13 spots into 25 in the first lap. Fairly impressive drive.
Jordan Ross up 10 as well, so they're really steamrolling their way through. Kobe Jones up 8.
So a few boys doing quite well. There was an incident, as we said, Bradley Baldwin had an incident earlier. That was about the only one I've seen that's had a major incident. As we might just work our way back up the front. Some very tight packs here. Darren Shannon being passed by Kobe Jones. So Kobe there missing a rear boot. So it looks like there's been a few elbows out in his first lap and a half. And we might just have a quick look where McKnight is. McKnight, he's lost 3 spots, back down into 15th. But knowing Jamie will be starting to settle in for the long game here. Of course, at McKnight with Scotty McCune in front of him, so he'll have his head down. And then Logan Barnett is up 13 spots as well. Great start from Logan from Send It Sim Sports. And we might jump back up. Warboys under a fair bit of pressure now from Cory. So, of course, as we said early on at the start of the evening, the battle for second place is between Warboys and Todd Haynes. Todd dropped back to 10th after that start, which he was a little bit disappointed in. No further action against car 141. So there was a racing incident early on, so 141. Which is Andrew Archer. And we might just... So Cory definitely trying to hang on here. And there's quite a few battles all through the pack at the moment. As Kobe Jones now is under a bit of pressure from Jackson Susan Harlow. As you can see, Susan, both of them there. As Chris Island goes a little bit wide onto the grass, it's allowed Susan Harlow and Jones through. We might just jump back up again. There's battles everywhere here, guys, so we'll just keep an eye on that one. And we do have a drive-through penalty for car 88 with car 21 on lap 1. So car 88, of course, is Damien Cairns. As Cory Mcfarlane gets the job done going into Variant Alta.
Yeah, good move there from Cory. Brenton Hobson doing a great job out front, and Blake, I think it's, probably not a bad move to allow Cory to go through and just remember, where he is in the championship and what he's racing for.
Definitely, probably the right move, I would say as well. I'd have to agree with you there, Mark. Let's settle in. Don't forget, only on lap 4 of 51. So still a long way to go in this race.
Very long way to go. Jackson Susan Harlow up 19 spots, so I'm sure he's going to keep progressing. But, they're probably going to really need a safety car or a very good pit strategy to get up to where Brenton Hobson is at the moment.
Of course, driving very well to pick them off.
Not sure what's happened to Todd Hayne. He's down in 22nd position at the moment, so he may have gone off track somewhere.
Let's have a quick look, see if I can... Yeah, he did have an off track. He had a crash actually. Might just go to the tailor-made replay. So going into Alta by the looks. He's clipped the curb and came out a little bit too hot. Very easy mistake to make, of course. So a little bit unlucky there for Todd. As we go back to the live pictures. And Jackson Susan Harlow now putting all the moves on in front of him there. So Paul Young under a fair bit of pressure here as we come down into the first Rivazza. Using all the track and some bit more from Jackson. Great dive up the inside. Jump back up to the front. Cory now starting to pull away a little bit from Blake. And they've closed the gap to Brenton Hobson. So we have a great little three-way fight up here up front with a 2-second back to Hayden Harrison. And we might just have a bit of a look back through the pack as well. We might come back to Ash Barella. Ash running around in 33rd at the moment. He's down 3 spots. And of course, if you are watching at home, don't forget to jump in the chat, say good day, and let us know who you're following. And hit subscribe on our Facebook page, on our YouTube page. And we'll have a quick look at a few other blokes going around. We've got Stephen Varga. So Vargs is up 5 spots, chasing down Nathan Norman in front of him. So Nathan doing very well with what he's doing there. Up 4 spots in 29th. Matthew Brunt's up 8 spots into 28th. These boys are having a cracking drive, which is good to see. And Jackson Susan Harlow, of course, is up 12 spots in 16th now. And the other man doing really well is Chris Ireland, who's up 13 spots into 12th. As he now starts to put pressure on Scotty McCune. And we might just move a little bit further forward. Harrison Dengate, he's running around in 9th, down 1 spot. He's got Chasty in front of him. Michael Whiting doing very well, up 4 spots in the 7th. So they'll be putting a bit more pressure on Todd Hayne as well, with Whiting being so high. Adam Hayne is in 6th. And then, of course, we've got Smart, Hayden Harrison, Warboys, Mcfarlane and Brenton Hobson in P1. We've got battles everywhere again, Mark. Don't know where to look.
Yeah, there's a lot to cover, and some great racing all through the field at the moment. There's good overtaking everywhere. So Jackson Susan Harlow just going, Jamie making it easy for him.
I'll just quickly jump on with McKnight. Watch Jackson in front. Of course, Imola being one of the tough circuits on the curbs, you've got to make sure you get them right. Jamie now cashing in on Chris Island. Sorry, Nathan Gore, sorry.
Jackson Susan Harlow looking like he's got about 50 extra horsepower at the moment.
Definitely got the bit between the teeth and going hard. So we might just jump on. And a big shout out for Mary. Mary's actually watching from Harrison's house tonight. Okay, Mary Partridge, one of our regulars who's always in supporting her grandson Harrison. Great to see Mary's around again.
Yeah, big welcome to Mary, and Harrison's done a great job to be inside the top 10 of the championship. Just a young driver, and I think next season expect to see some big things from him.
I believe he's going to try and qualify for his first solo effort in Scops next round, so the team's looking forward to seeing how he goes there. And we've had a change to the lead in front. Cory Mcfarlane's managed to get past Brenton Hobson. We just might have a quick replay about there. Warboys has gone off track. I'm not sure if that's significant. I think it is. We'll go to tailor-made replay. Looks like he's coming a little bit hot on the grass at Aquaminerale. That hurts. Does he keep it off the wall? No. Into the tyres, so hopefully he hasn't done too much damage there.
Yeah, that was a big off. He was going a rate of knots into the wall there.
Tumbling down the order at the moment though. So let's just see if he's got himself going again. Where is he? He's down in 23rd. Back of the train here. The car looks like it's intact. And that makes it very interesting now. Todd Hayne is in 20th, 3 spots in front. And the Hoff has had an accident as well. Might have a quick look at what's happened to the Hoff. So Pecky Performance Racing, Andrew Hoffman, another one of the well-known regulars, finds the grass as well at Aquaminerale. You get so used to the AstroTurf on the edge of the curbs around here that you get caught out. But Minerale, where you've got the grass. And of course Hobson keeping Mcfarlane on us now.
Yeah, that's a two-way battle at the front, and Hayden Harrison doing a good job in third. He seems to be doing enough to keep everyone at bay at the moment behind him. He's got a bit of a gap to Christian Smart, and then from Christian down, there's some real hard, tough racing going on.
Oh yeah. Of course, you've got Adam Hayne, as we said, sitting behind Christian. And after that, we've got a great little battle of Dengate and Whiting with Chastity in front of them.
Damien Johnson slowly clawing his way back to that battle as well. And then after Damien Johnson, we've got Jackson Susan Harlow, 14 seconds drift off the lead, I believe, and up 28 spots.
There we go, word coming in. Toddy Hayne is having tracking issues with his VR. And apparently it just managed to load in time and he had the wrong setup loaded. So that's the late mail coming in. And of course, Michael Dumbrell's had an incident. We'll have a quick look at that one. Looks like he's got himself going again though. A couple of little taps there, I'm not sure who that was behind. Definitely not happy about it, so might wait and see what comes in from race control there.
Yeah, that's a real shame for Todd. It's not the issue you want when you're protecting a couple point lead for second in the championship.
as we continue on, we've got Jackson saying Susan Harlow is in 10th. It's up 28 spots. Johnson in front of him by 3 seconds. Might go back to where the battle is. And that's Christian Smart now. Christian Smart trying to run down Hayden Harrison in front of him, but he's under pressure from Adam Hayne, James Chastaneef behind, Michael Whiting and Dengate. We'll have a quick look at this battle. And then we'll move on down to the next one. And of course, the boys out in front. Cory Mcfarlane's still got a 1 second lead from Brenton Hobson. The other great little battle we've got was the other season regular, chasing down Jamie McKnight. We've got Paul Young. These two protagonists between Smart and Young. Between McKnight and Young. These two boys are very well known protagonists from Vet series. And then sitting behind them we've got Andrew Archer. Andrew Ritchie. And then Todd Hayne is in 18th in the back of this battle with Nathan Gore, Veld and Warboys. So they've got a great little train happening here for this midfield pack. It'll be very interesting to see as the fuel load starts coming off now. The tyre wear will be starting to kick in as well. You can see how many of these boys start getting caught out coming down into the Rivatsa, coming down the hill into the hard braking zone. But yeah, these boys are all racing quite hard here.
Yeah, it's not for the faint-hearted in this battle. Tim Nicol. Of course, Tim Nicol is doing our intro photos for our broadcast at the moment. And last week we had Jamie McKnight, who had some bad luck, and this week I've used Michael Dumbrell, who's had some bad luck. I'm not sure whether it's me or the photographer, Tim, but gotta have a little bit of laugh at that. And I'm getting a bit of buffering. I'll see if I can solve that. Something that was paused has unpaused itself, so hopefully that should fix that buffering a little bit. So hopefully I'll fix that buffering up, Steve. So not sure what happened there. Well, I'm not sure. I do know what happened there. My cloud drive unpaused itself. I don't know how it did that. It's supposed to be paused for 8 hours. So hopefully that buffering should be fixed. We should be backing up and running, I hope, with that one. So just looking at the field, 10th we've got Jackson Susan Harlow up 28 spots, 11th Chris Island up 14 spots, Kobe Jones in 12th up 19 spots, Scott McCune in 13th, he's up 1 spot, and then Jordan Ross in 14th up 23 spots. So these boys are really towing it on tonight, and they're really going to have to work harder and harder as they progress into the top 10. It's going to get harder and harder to pass people.
It's definitely going to get harder and harder. I think a few of these boys down the back here now will be starting to look for a safety car, I reckon. Paul Young now is caught up to McKnight all over the back of him.
Last time round we had 2 cars in the 42s, and that's Cory Mcfarlane, Jackson Susan Harlow. Brenton Hobson as well, but everybody else in the 43s. So a couple of the boys still got plenty of pace in their car.
Absolutely. Let's have a quick look a bit further back as well. So Brady Baldwin is in 29th. He's under a bit of a battle here with Josh Barry in front, keeping the pressure on Barry. Of course, these two boys are teammates. Guess everyone having a go at me now because my OneDrive that connects my work. And we'll just continue on here. Looks like Ashbarella, they're off into the grass in the background. And we might just go back up. Chastity's under a bit of pressure. Michael Whiting is caught up behind him. Bringing Dengate along with him for the ride here. Adam Hayne now, he's also doing reasonably well. Still under a fair bit of pressure from Christian Smart behind. And we've got Michael Whiting and Dengate in close quarters as well. So the battle for the top 10 isn't really over just yet.
No, it's far from over, and we've still got drivers who started rear of grid and making their way through the field, and then we've still got the interesting battle between Todd Hayne and Blake Allboys for second in the championship. Not sure who was sitting in third and what points are on, but these two boys have certainly made it hard for themselves at the moment.
Oh, definitely. So we might just have a quick check as we're talking about the championship. We might have a quick look where Warboys is. So Warboys, the man sitting third in the championship, he's still back in 26th spot. So he's lost a couple of other spots as well. So I'm not sure how that's happened, whether it's other boys coming through. And Todd Hayne is up into 19th. So the man is sitting second in the championship. So he's all over the back of Joe Daly now, so he's definitely fighting his way forward after a few early incidents. And Michael Whiting, the man that was sitting in fourth, is sitting in seventh. And we've called Michael Whiting Mr. Consistent all season, and got to say that consistency might see him get in the podium yet.
Yeah, we have spoke about Michael being super consistent all season. He just goes about his racing in a very precise manner, and he did have an off week last week, which was unusual for him, but proving again tonight why he's sitting where he is in the championship.
Absolutely, doing very well. We might have a quick chat to the man who's been behind the East Coast Series, Mr. Ben Anthony. Ben, how you going, mate? Welcome to the Com Box.
Thank you, boys. Thank you.
Just thought take the opportunity to get you in, mate, and say congratulations on starting up what's turning out to be one of the most dominant V8 series is now going around in iRacing.
Thank you.
I've got to say that we sort of came up with this idea as a little bit of a, well, I thought it was a joke when we started talking about it, with the ideas of what you're trying to implement. And I've got to say, mate, after 2 seasons, this series has turned into a fantastic event.
Yeah, no, well, it was actually originally created as a joke, but it turned into something a lot more, which was good. And yeah, really happy with the way it's progressed over the last 2 seasons. For those watching not aware, I'm stepping down at the end of this race, which Ashbarella and Josh Dragic are going to take over from next season, so handing the reins over to them. But they've got a good bunch of guys in for next season already, and yeah, it's going from strength to strength, which is good.
Of course, there's already, I think, 50 drivers entered for next season, which is pretty outstanding. And I think some of the names we've already seen entered for next season, like Hobson, Susan Harlow, Warren. It's going to be pretty impressive, I think. And as you said, you're stepping backwards from it because other commitments. But mate, from our joke and your idea of talking me into doing the commentary, mate, I've just got to say thank you for it all.
Oh, you're welcome, man. A lot of people I need to thank as well. Obviously yourself for broadcasting us from, I believe, from the very first race.
Yep.
So you've been there since day one. Same with Richie in the safety car. He's been there from day one. Thank you to Mark for giving his time up as well, for a bit of comms. Nathan for season 1 as well with you. And, Seb helping with some race control. I believe a couple of the other WK&P boys helped with the safety car. Shannon, Matt as well. So anyone who helped out in any way, shape or form, big thank you. So I'm kind of, I was torn when I started seeing the entry list for season 3 come up with all the names on it. Like, oh, I'm leaving it in such a good position now. All these guys are joining in. It's like, do I want to step away? But I'd already made the decision, so I'll leave it in Ash and Josh's capable hands.
Look, Ben, speaking for Ash and Josh, mate, you're stepping away, but you're still going to be the godfather of the series. Okay, so just remember that.
Yeah, absolutely. Stepping away and leaving a legacy of a great series is something to be really proud of. And, you know, like, you almost need to do this as a full-time job with all the series you're doing. So I think you're doing the right thing for the series, you're doing the right thing for yourself and your family, and you're leaving it in good hands and in good shape. Yeah,
no, I am, and it does take a fair bit of time, so I'm sure Ash and Josh have already got that part already figured out.
And I think the safety car's just been called, so
I was going to say, it looks like Hayden's had some trouble.
Yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere, so this is going to make things a little bit interesting. Anyway, carry on, Ben. Sorry.
No, so there's a lot more involved in running the league than what people think. So, like I said, the boys will figure that out quick, smart, and we'll go from there. And I'll let you guys go because we're going on the safety car.
Yep, and we've got Mcfarlane, Hobson diving into the pit straight away. And I've got a feeling Harrison will follow. So will Hayne, so will Smart. I think you'd be crazy not to pit at this stage. Susan Harlow's in.
I was saying prior to the race to a few others that with Jackson's pace, if there is a safety car in the race, he's going to be very beat.
It's going to be hard to beat.
Well, yeah, looking at his pace, I don't think he actually needed a safety car.
It looks like everyone's going to be in for this one. So just a quick look as we're talking about Season 3. I'll use this as an opportunity while I've got the safety car just to mention that slight logo change, and the boys have brought on Super Cheap as the title sponsor, along with SA Roofers, the pool guys, Complete Pool Care, Barella Cabinets, and WK&P, of course, providing the broadcast again next season. And we'll have a quick look at the entry list. So I did say we did have quite a few guys signed up. So as you can see, we've got McKnight and Veld, and we've got Susan Harlow, Hobson, Varga, Cam Veacock, Dengate and Warboys is back. Dane Warren's going to be doing as many races as he can when he doesn't have Pesk interfering with it. Of course, he's representing Australia in the Porsche Series, which is a great effort in itself. And a few other boys we've got coming to race with us. Liam Jensen from Race on Oz. Liam quite well known from the Just Send It series. And Fishy boys are all back again as well, so we're looking really good for next season.
Yeah, it's just getting bigger and bigger, and I wouldn't be surprised if you see some of those TTR guys pop up. Once you start attracting those guys, that's when all the other bigger teams start to join in as well.
Of course, I know from their time last week with Stenny and the boys, Stenny and Dane. I know they had a blast when they came and raced last week. So, and I know they're keen to come and do some more, I believe.
Yep, no, that's awesome if they are, and I'll be tuned in and watching.
And of course, rumour has it you're going to be racing very soon, Ben.
That rumour may be true. I was going to sign up for this season, but I saw the entry list and hit reverse real quick. But no, I'll be slogging it around with the veterans very shortly.
Of course, if you tune into the V8 Vets Split 3 Drivers Lounge, apparently there's a standing offer for you to get started already in Split 3.
Yeah, I have heard that. Anyway, I'll let you go because it looks like Hobbo's keen for a chat.
Yep.
And I'll talk to you later.
No worries.
All right, thanks, Ben. Thanks for the series, man. Well,
Hobbo, how are you, mate? What's happening out there?
Just cruising around right now. Nice and easy at the minute.
So what's the strategy, mate? You got Cory right behind you.
Yeah, I'll just go as fast as I can. Cory's not my main concern now, especially with the safety car. It's a little fella with 3 initials that races in the same team as me. He's right behind us, so we're cooked.
Of course, you got another teammate in the way. He might do some blocking for you.
No, well, maybe we'll see. But no, Jackson will be on a fly here. He's certainly probably the quickest car in the field, and he'll be coming.
So no team orders from JR.
No, we don't have any team orders over here, mate. You saw me and Luke take each other out for second place last week.
True. So
Jackson's only up 32 spots. I don't think you have too much to worry about.
Yeah, that's right. They reckon it gets harder the further to the front you get, but I'm not convinced. I think it'll be like a hot knife through butter, lads. But anyway, we might get 5 or so laps before he's on us.
of course, still a long way to go.
Yeah, I'll do our best. I was a little unhappy with that first stint. I screwed up and sort of let Cory go, and then got him behind him to fuel save and picked up a slowdown straight away and lost the sort of draft, and a couple of little slides hurt the tyre, so I sort of just got stuck where I was there and couldn't capitalise in that first stint. I mean, it's all for nothing now. We're still in the lead, so it's all worked itself out in the wash, but I need to do a little better here in this run. That one wasn't real good, so fingers crossed, some fresh tyres and a new approach. We'll try and do a little better.
Oh, that's all we can do. Well, as you said, though, you're going to have Jackson coming up behind you like a freight train.
Yeah, I actually think he was probably going to win the race regardless of the safety car, but now we're in real trouble.
That's good. It's good to see you still laughing and enjoying yourself. That's the main thing.
Yeah, man, it's good fun. That was the idea of this series, come in and have a bit of fun and just keep my laps up, and so far, so good. I'm enjoying it.
That's good.
Safety car coming in, so I'm going to duck back off again.
No worries.
Chat to you guys later, hopefully.
Yep. No worries, Hubbo. Enjoy.
No worries. See you guys.
See you, mate.
Cheers, Brandon.
And of course, let's have a quick look at the round 3 calendar starting on the 17th of the 5th at Donington, and then the Winton Super Sprints, Road America, Interlagos, Bathurst Super Sprints at Belle Isle, which will be interesting around the concrete jungle. Then we go to Le Mans, Oran Park for a heat race format. Then Laguna Seca, Sonoma Cup Course, Monza GP for Super Sprints. So interesting track for sprinting around Monza, I reckon, in the V8s with the slipstream. Then we go to Sebring International, Phillip Island for a 300k Enduro, Suzuka GP course, and then we finish it off back here at the end of next season for sprint racing. So it's a great looking calendar for next season.
It is a good looking calendar, and it's great to see the boys have brought on some title sponsors for the series, and they've obviously been doing a lot of work behind the scenes, and we've got the safety car leaving the field, so we probably should get back to the racing.
Yep. So Hobbo leading him down the hill slowly. So when do you go on this one, Mark? Do you go in the first regatta or the second?
Personally, I'd probably go on the first one to try and create a little bit of a gap to try so the front straight doesn't give Cory the draft, but Hobbo's got a lot of experience, so don't...
He's off now. Ben Anthony saying the boys need to add the North Slough because the vets are going there next season. As Cory has a look up the inside, Hobbo covers him off. Cory tries the outside over, the crisscross. Cory trying again as we go too wide into Villeneuve. It looks like Mcfarlane's going to get through here. And Hobbo off. Right. And that results in Susan Harlow getting through at Tozer. Harlow having a cracking start here, already past Smart. Someone off into the wall. Looks like it's one of the Taipan cars. Manages to get control. I don't know how he managed to do that on the grass. Managed to hang on. Someone going wide there, so I think...
Could have been Susan Harlow redressing a position.
Todd Hayne, yeah. That's what it looked like. And... I thought it might have been Adam Hayne that was off, but anyway. As Cory Mcfarlane still leads Hayden Harrison out the front. As we're coming down into the first and second revatzers. And Hobbo now all over the back of Hayden Harrison. The rest of the field pretty much in a massive freight train at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. I heard over the comms Jackson Susan Harlow apologising to Adam Hayne, so that's why he's redressed that. So that was good sportsmanship.
Yeah, fantastic to see in here.
Of course, that's caused Jackson Susan Harlow to lose 8 spots, so he's still got a bit of work to do in front of him.
Of course, as he gets through Todd Hayne there now. Next car in front's Paul Young. Let's have a quick look. Another bloke who's up 18 spots, Stephen Varga. He's doing very well here tonight.
Marks is always a quiet achiever. He's a very good driver, very rarely makes mistakes, and just keeps chipping away every race he's in.
Good little driving coach too, Vargs. And of course, with this massive train of cars, this KB Jones looks like he's about to put a move on Harrison Dengate.
Jordan Ross wanting to put a move on Kobe Jones.
There's a lot of cars everywhere. I just don't know where to look at the moment. There's Kobe Jones now right up the back of Dengate. And we might just go to a curb cam just for Ben Anthony. Oops, someone off there in the gravel. Off to the right.
Kobe Jones trying to get a move on Harrison Dengate, but Harrison stood his ground and yeah, Kobe bail out, get on the grass.
Well, it didn't sound like he hit anything, so got away with it by the looks. And Dengate, of course, keeping the pressure on Whiting here. This is a fairly large train of cars here. Very difficult to know where to look. Stephen Murray let us know that Jamie and Scotty are the big losers in the pit stops. So Jamie, just having a look where Jamie, there McKnight's lost out. He's back down in 37th. So I'm not sure what Jamie's up to. Looks like he might be still in the pits as we jump back.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's still in the race actually, because I did see him enter the pit lane quite a while ago and he hasn't come out again, so I'm not sure if he had a lot of damage or I'm not sure what happened.
I haven't seen any flags show up for an accident, so not sure what's happened to Jamie. I did see there was an accident under the yellow, but I'm not sure exactly who that was.
Yeah, no, Jamie pitted before the safety car came out. Paul Young just was off track too and lost a few positions.
Yeah, let's go to the replay on that one. So a little bit deep into the corner there. Just getting him caught out. That looks like it was between the Ravazzas coming down the hill.
You sure you mentioned that braking area in the pre-race show?
Yeah. And Cory Mcfarlane now is out to a 3-second gap from Hobson. So Hobson now ahead of the freight train back in P2. And Blake Warboys and Varga toe to toe here.
Yeah, Cory Mcfarlane, the only person in the 42's last lap, so he's steaming along nicely to capitalise on the championship.
So Varg's positioning the car in all the right places by the looks.
Varg's definitely not an easy person to pass.
You speaking from experience in bets.
Very clean driver, very good driver, but very difficult. He's good under brakes. He knows how to position the car to stop you from getting by. So yeah, he's a great guy to race with, actually.
Yeah. Definitely one of the characters of vets. We might just jump back into the middle of that battle pack now. Have a look how Susan Harlow, or Jordan Ross is the man at the moment. He's up 30 spots. So Jordan Ross tucked up behind Michael Whiting. It looks like Susan Harlow's about to put a move on Dengate in the background there. It looks like he got the job done. And behind Dengate we've got Adam Hayne, Damien Johnson and Kobe Jones. So Johnson getting the job done on Hayne.
Tell you what, there's some bloody tough racing. Kobe Jones locking up. There's in this battle pack gear, it's just gloves off and just into it.
All clean racing though too, which is exciting to watch. Oh, a little bit loose there from Logan Barnett in the background. Keeps control. Coming to Variant Alta. And jump back up. So Christian Smart is now P2. I'm not sure what happened to Brenton. Looks like he just got past. You did say early on, Mark, that you thought Christian would have a good one tonight.
Yeah, Christian's got a lot of experience around here. He's a good steady racer, doesn't make too many mistakes, and yeah, he's another great guy to race with in vets. He's very clean, very consistent, and yeah, just another really nice guy to race with. Susan Harlow and Whiting on a drag race up the hill.
Oh, nice little hip and shoulder. Jordan Ross having a bit of a look in here as well. Dengate's not backing out of it either. As we come through Aqua Minerale. Moving up now in the Variant Ultra.
James Chasson doing a great job in 5th place at the moment as well.
Of course, the MU Racing boys and the PRA boys in Season 3 are going to race together under the Banter Alliance banner.
No one ever believed it was two teams, did they?
Dave Baldock did.
Dave kept telling me he was team manager. Quick shout out to Dave. Hope you're well, mate. Hope the family's well. I know it's he was giving us a hand in the comms box now and then, but the family stuff took over. So I hope everything's good at home.
Yep, absolutely, Dave. Always welcome back, mate. There's this battle here from 2 all the way back to 11 and 12. It's just epic here at the moment. There's Todd Hayne bouncing around with Paul Young, so I'm not sure if Paul's just gone off, I think. Yep. I might just have a quick look what happened to Paul. A little bit of net code, I think, involved in that. Bit of hip and shoulder. A little bit unlucky.
Yeah, he's fallen right down through the field.
Definitely hurt him. All Boys has worked his way back up to 15th. And Todd Hayne is in 13th. So those boys are still battling it out quite hard as well. And the man to watch is Michael Whiting sitting in 8th. Of course, Cory Mcfarlane now out to 5-second gap from Christian Smart in P2. Fantastic drive by Cory. And another fantastic drive by Smarty as well. And Hayden Harris.
all these boys doing an epic job. Huge pressure, hard racing, and yeah, there's still a lot to play for here for people in the top 10 of the championship.
And still a long way to go too. We only reached half race distance. Of course, this is a track too that is a little bit fatiguing on drivers. Let's have a bit of a look further down the pack. We're having a look for one of our newcomers, Nathan Norman. He's up 9 spots in 24th.
Big welcome to Nathan to the series. Good to see him here, doing a good job.
And Sean Rigby in 23rd. Another great drive from Sean. Brady Baldwin, he's sitting in 21st in a very epic battle here with Nathan Gore and Damien Cairns. Great little drive by these guys, and of course we've got our very own Michael Dumbrell hanging onto the back of these guys. Might just ride along with Nathan for a minute, with Michael for a minute, as you can get a feeling of how these curbs. Oh, that was Sean Rigby, I think. Not sure. He's waiting for him, so I think Michael thinks he's tapped him. So dummy waiting there. I was going to hopefully sit on and do a lap with dummy so we could see what it was like in a motion rig hitting all these curbs. Great sportsmanship by dummy as well to redress there without being called to. As we come down into Minerali.
Not too happy with himself by the look of it.
watch as we go through Alta here. If he hits these curbs, you'll see the shake that he gets. Putting the head down and going again. And we've got a drive-through penalty for car 868. Let me just quickly reference that one. That's Stephen Varga for contact with car 98. So we missed that one. That was with Joe Daly. So I'm not sure what happened there. Just have a listen as Michael does a lap here. Barella off in front here. As we might just jump back in. And quickly recap up the front. Susan Harlow has managed to get past Ross and Hobson now. Christian Smart's gotten away a little bit, out to a second gap. But you can see how quick Harlow takes to catch this one down. Using all the curb, getting on two wheels. Stephen Varga doing his drive-through, dropping back down through the numbers at the moment. He was up quite high, he's already lost 7 spots.
I know Jackson, Susan Harlow and Hayden Harrison had a bit of rubbing, and Hayden's dropped from 3rd or 4th position down to 14th at the moment, so I'm not sure what race control's decision is going to be on that one.
It'd be quite interesting to see, I think. And Ben, you stepped away. Hayden was involved in a little bit of panel rubbing. I think he got caught out a little bit when the Harlow train came through. He got pushed off a little bit, I think, or he found the grass and managed to get back on. I think he was the one that found the grass and managed to get back on, but dropped quite a few spots in that leading train at the time.
Yeah, shame for Hayden. He's been doing a great job tonight, and he's been doing a great job all season. We now have Todd Hayne and Blake Warby's in 12th and 13th position, so interesting times ahead for the championship standings with them too.
Yeah, definitely. Warboys though, he's still 2.8 seconds behind there, so I need to keep an eye on that. Then we've got a drive-through penalty for car 15 with an incident with car 96 in lap 28. So of course car 15 is Jackson Susan Harlow, so there you go. You called that one, Mark, that there'd be a drive-through coming. So that of course was that incident with 96, not Norman. Bear with me for a minute.
Hayden Harrison.
Hayden Harrison. Yeah, Hayden Harrison. So yeah, it was that slight little argy-bargy that we talked about a second ago. So it'd be interesting to see where Jackson Susan Harlow peels out after that one, as he's finally managed to get past Christian Smart. Might just jump back on with Adam Hayne. A bit loose there by Kobe Jones in the background. So Kobe definitely giving it everything he's got.
Yeah, Kobe's up 21 spots and doing a good job, and he's been throwing it all out there all night, so that's Kobe's style. He doesn't leave anything out on the track. He gives 110% every time he's in the car.
Absolutely. Great way to drive that one. So, of course, we've got Michael Whiting, Adam Hayne, Damien Johnston, Kobe Jones, Harrison Dengate at the back of this train here. So Harrison, of course, sitting in P11. Great little drive from Harrison. Hang on to these lads. And doing some fuel saving by the sounds of it.
Jackson Susanalo electing to do another lap after the black flag, so he's trying to gain as much territory as he can before he has to come in. I think he's got 3 laps to do it. Let's not forget Cory Mcfarlane out in the lead, all on his own, doing an absolutely stellar job. Like he's been a revelation since he's come to the series. He's been very dominant, very quick, qualifying, race wins. He's had a great season.
He has. He's done quite well. As I'll just try and find the replay of Hayden Harrison and Jackson Susan Harlow's incident. And we'll go to the tailor-made replay. We'll have a quick look at this one. So very subtle hip and shoulder. So I might just have a look at that from another angle. Yeah, a little bit of loss of control there on the curb for Jackson Susan Harlow, so very subtle, not much in it. Tough call for race control.
Yeah, that is a tough call, but he did lose control of the car, which was probably what convinced him that warranted a drive through. He just lost the rear end a little bit, and yeah, the pass wasn't playing.
And I'll go back up towards the front. Brendan Hobson still in second spot now, with Jordan Ross up 34 spots, sitting in third, right behind Hobbo. And Christian Smart is up 2 spots in the fourth, doing really well to hang on to the back of this group in front of him. And these boys have cleared out a little bit now by 3 seconds from Chastity, which is where the other battle pack really is. So with Chastity, we've got Michael Whiting up 5 spots in 6th. Adam Hayne doing really well, up 2 spots in 7th. Damien Johnson hanging on in 8th. Hayden Harrison in 9th. Sorry, Harrison Dengate in 9th, sorry. And then we've got Todd Hayne just hanging off the back of this group. And War Boys back a bit further, trying to hunt them down. So the battle's still on between Todd Hayne and Blake Warboys as we fight out the minor spots with our championship-elect Cory Mcfarlane out in P1.
Yeah, Jordan Ross up 35 spots. All the talk about Jackson, and Jordan's just been there chipping away, doing a great job. Jackson's Susan Harlow served his drive through. He's back in 13th now, and he is about 3 seconds off the back of Hayden Harrison, so they're going to resume their battle. Hayden Harrison's just come into the pits by the look of it.
Yeah, so is Brenton Hobson's come in, Damien Johnson's come in, Hayden Harrison, Adam Hayne have come in, Nathan Gore's in as well. So a few boys probably going for the undercut here, which is a big call. There's running up 34 or 51. So that now sees Cory Mcfarlane well and truly out in front here by 10 seconds from Jordan Ross. Jordan Ross with a bit of clear air behind him with a second or so back to Christian Smart. And then we've got 3.5 seconds back to James Chastaneuf. And then as we work our way back from Chastity, you've got Michael Whiting behind, followed by Dengate, Todd Hayne and Warboys. Whoop! Chastity, no! Chastity getting loose coming out of Aqua Minerale there. Done very well to keep it off the wall and keep it out of the other way of other cars as Warboys gets past him. I think Chastity will be a bit disappointed with himself there.
Yeah, absolutely. A very uncharacteristic mistake there. He's usually very precise with his driving, and yeah, it's a shame for Chastity, but he'll knuckle down and get back on with it.
The car's still straight. You've got to be thankful for that. The tyres are probably a little bit hot, but that's okay. As Todd Hayne now goes into the pits early. Warboys, Chastity's going in too, but Warboys has continued on. So interesting choice of strategy here. You would have probably thought he might have covered Todd Hayne. So now it's a good old-fashioned undercut versus overcut.
Yeah, not sure if Blake's keeping an eye on Todd's lap times. It feels like he can keep the pace up and gain an advantage by the overcut, going longer. I'm not sure how much fuel they've got in the tank. But yeah, it's a tough call when you're in the car.
Yeah, it's very tough. Well, of course, I know Blake doesn't drive with a spotter, so you got to be thinking and making all the decisions while you're going.
Yeah, which is what I do, and I generally lose about a second a lap when I start doing that.
Especially when you got to get the old abacus out. Use the old grey matter between the ears to calculate where things are at.
Yeah, very difficult to walk and chew gum for me.
Let's have a quick look now. Michael Whiting's still going, of course. He hasn't stopped yet. Nor is Jordan Ross or Christian Smart or Mcfarlane. So Michael Whiting under a bit of pressure still from Dengate. So Harrison's used the clean air to catch up a little bit. And of course Susan Harlow back in 7th now, up 31 spots. As Mcfarlane, Ross, Smart go into the pits. And so does Whiting and Dengate. What does Warboys do this time? Warboys continues on his merry way. Obviously was saving fuel quite vigorously in that stint. And Susan Harlow has gone in as well. So Paul Young, let's see what happens. A few guys lining up. So Paul Young is in, leaving Dumbrell out on track. So Cory Mcfarlane comes out in P3, not too far behind Michael Dumbrell. Scotty McCune continues on. Nathan Norman's continued on without a stop. Jordan Ross is back on track in 7th. Hobson in 6th. Christian Smart in 8th. Whiting in 9th. Jones in 10th. Adam Hayne in 11th. Harrison Dengate in 12th. So I'm interested to see how this pit strategy works out for Warboys here. So So I'll just throw out the pit strategy there so we can see that, well, we know that that's Ross, Smart and Hobson had stopped. That's stint lengths, sorry. We'll go back to that stint lengths, is what we'll look at. So Mason, we've gone 15-16 in the first stint. That was through the safety car. So we've got about 20 laps out of these boys, 19 out of the others. So, of course, looking for War Boys to come in this time by.
Definitely, I can't see him getting another lap out of
Yep, here he is.
tank here.
So we know we can get 20 laps, so definitely this has to set the fuel levels to get home. Jordan Ross just setting a purple sector in sector 2. So a few of the boys that have come back out are getting fairly quick. So let's have a look at Mcfarlane. Mcfarlane coming out of the secondary Vatsa into the main straight here, goes past over the line. Assumes the lead again. Michael Dumbrell continues on his way. As we continue on, Logan Barnett's involved in an incident, so I'm not sure what's happened to Logan. We'll come back and have a look at that in a minute. So Jordan Ross has come out. He's sitting behind Scotty McCune in 4th, up 33 spots. Brenton Hobson is back in 5th, down 4 spots. Jordan Ross is setting purple sectors everywhere at the moment, so he's obviously the man to watch it as we progress forward. See, someone just... You can see Jordan putting all sorts of pressure on Scotty McCune.
Harrison Dengate had a bit of an off there, and he's just got going again.
Well, at least it's going. Did he
made a call into race control, so maybe a bit of contact there.
Let's go to the tailor-made replay. That's definitely he's off track. Warboy's passed him. Susan Harlow passed him. We might just have a look at that one first. Might have been Chastity, I think. We'll go to this replay. No, he's already off. There we go. And bit of a dive there from one of the Synergy cars. Not sure who it was. It might have been Damien Johnston, I think. So that'll be a good one for race control to sort out. We'll leave that one up to them. As Michael Dumbrell is in the pits. And so is Scotty McCune. So let's have a quick look. So just sorting things out after pit stops. Todd Hayne, the big winner on Blake Warboys. Todd Hayne up into the top 10 now in 8th. Warboys still in 13th. Jackson Susan Harlow is in 12th. Of course, having that drive-through. His last lap, he's had a pink sector, the fastest lap of the race with a 1:40.143. So great driving by Jackson here. So we can see if he can work his way through. And we've still got Cory Mcfarlane, who's 7 seconds in front from Jordan Ross, who's 2 seconds in front of Brett Hobson. And then Christian Smart, Michael Whiting, Kobe Jones, Adam Hayne, Todd Hayne, Damien Johnston, James Chastanuth, Hayden Harrison, Jackson Susan Harlow, Blake Warboys in 13th, Dengate 14th, 15th is Andrew Ritchie. So that wraps up the situation on lap 38.
Yeah, good job from Andrew Ritchie. Matthew Bunn in 16th as well. He's up 20 spots, so great job from him. Susan Harlow just making the move on Hayden Harrison. Gets it done cleanly this time, so...
Of course, Susan Harlow's next target in front of him now is James Chastanuth. As we get a penalty on 33 for contact with 97. That'll be the incident with Damien Johnston and Harrison Dengate. And Susan Harlow getting past Chastanoof there.
Yeah, the Synergy boys are having no problem using all the curbs through there.
Definitely a good setup if we can use those. We might just have a bit of a look further down the back. Nathan Norman's up 8 spots. So great drive from Nathan. Stephen Varga's up 9 spots in 26th. And great drive from Vargs. Chris Ireland in 27th. Roy Clark, our quiet achievers, in 28. Doing reasonably well tonight, Roy. He's kept out of most of the trouble. We haven't heard or seen too much of him. That's a good drive. As Chaston now under a bit of pressure from Hayden Harrison, who gets the job done going into variant Alta. So Hayden driving very well tonight. And we just had another pass of Michael Whiting being passed by KB Jones. And Adam Hayne about to put the move on Michael Whiting as well. So I'm not sure how many spots Michael's got to be up on Warboys to sneak into the top 3. Ben Anthony might be able to use his abacus to tell me that one. As we've got a stopped car on track, I think. We'll just have a quick look. Oh no, looks like Ash is going to get it going again. Ash Barella there looking very second hand. Trying to stay out of everyone's way by the looks.
Well, everyone except Cory Mcfarlane would like to see another safety car.
Looks like Ash, I might just double check that. Is he stopped? No, it looks like he's got it rolling, so I don't think we're going to get a safety car out of that accident.
Like Jamie and Johnson stopped as well.
Looks like he's got it going again. Damien's had a couple of off tracks, so I'm not sure what's going on with him. Into the pits at the moment. Adam Hayne and Todd Hayne all over the back of Michael Whiting here. Michael Whiting holding up the Hayne train. I was just curious, Ben, how many spots Michael Whiting's got to be in front of Blake Warboys to jump up into P3 in the championship. And Nathan Gore's now stopped. So not sure what's happened to Nathan. Looks like he's got it going again though. So I did say fatigue might start to be a factor as we go into the last 10 laps of this race. As the Hayne train hunts down Michael Whiting. Or I could use another pun and say the Hayne train goes fishing.
Credit to Todd Hayne and Blake Warboys, they both kind of fell back through the field there, but they've fought their way back, so got to give them credit for not giving up.
Especially around Imola, it's one of the tougher tracks to pass on as well, so it's a fair effort if you're working your way through the field.
Yeah, Jordan Ross has had a lot of trouble getting past.
Definitely.
A lot of these Synergy boys have got a lot of experiences around this track because quite often used as a 500 kilometre race in the Swap Series.
Yeah. There we go from Ben Anthony. If Whiting finished as 6th, Warboys has got to be 19th or worse. So Warboys at the moment doing enough to hang on to P3 in the championship.
I didn't bring this topic up, so it's not going to be my contribution.
As Adam has a look on the outside, goes for the crisscross, coming in on the curbs there.
Susan Harlow gaining on this group at a rate of knots now as well.
Just what Michael Whiting needs. Might jump on board with Jackson and have a look from the reef gyro. This drives with a lot of confidence. No, man, we're not going to talk about post-race penalties at the moment. And great driving from Jackson here. Very good car control. As Jackson says, Imola gets his way past Todd Hayne now and hunts down Adam Hayne in front. It's all over the back of Michael Whiting.
Smart driving there from Todd. He knows what he has to do to maintain his place in the standing, so very smart play.
Jackson using all the track and a bit more. So car 55 now in contact with car 11. So 55 was Michael Dumbrell. So that would have been that incident we saw a bit earlier with Nathan Gore, I think. Great real work here from Jackson, Susan Harlow, very smooth. Not being over aggressive with the car. As to think about up the inside in the first Rivazza. Looks for a good run out of the second Rivazza. Quite didn't get the legs out of that one.
And also Adam Hayne's got the toe under Michael Whiting's wing as well, so it's going to be difficult to get a good toe down here to make a move.
This little kink here at the 100 mark just really makes it difficult to line up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Of course, Adam Haynes slashed onto the back of this as well. Sorry. As Harlow now gets the job done on Todd Hayne. On Adam, sorry. Todd at the back. Should get it done at Tozer. A little bit of grass there, that might be enough to let Jackson, Susan Harlow get away here as we come up through Piratella. It looks like the job's done as he comes down into Aqua Minerale, focused on Michael Whiting in front. And we might just drop back, check on Warboys. Warboys, Chastity and Hayden Harrison now starting to battle it out as well. Warboys comfortably in 12th spot. And Christian Smart As it doesn't look like much. Christian Smart doing reasonably well here. And he's got KB Jones right up behind him now. So this is the battle for 4th and 5th. As our race leader and championship elect, Cory Mcfarlane, has a 7-second lead from Jordan Ross, who's 3.5 seconds ahead of Brenton Hobson, who's 2.6 seconds ahead of KB Jones, just got past Christian Smart. Christian Smart in 5th. And of course, Jackson Susan Harlow behind him in 6 seconds down the road. And Jordan Ross has made 35 spots. Susan Harlow's up 32 spots. And some other commendable performers, of course, as we quickly flash back down through the back. Matthew Brunt doing really well. Matthew's up 22 spots. Damien Cairns from Taipan Esports. Great drive from Damien in 16th, up 18 spots. Norman Ross in his first outing in the series, up 11 in the 22. In the 22nd, and Stephen Varga's up 11 as well in the 24, so that's a great drive by Vargas as well. As the boys are on lap 45 at 51, so we're getting towards the end of the race. Still a few battles out on track, but fatigue will be starting to kick in with a few of these guys as well. So don't rule anything out just yet.
Yeah, good job from Vargs. He's had a drive-through as well, so he'd be a lot further up the field than what he is at
the moment. Chris Island here putting a fair bit of pressure on Nathan Gore in front. So there's still a few battles going on out on track. You hit those curves at varying alter the wrong way, they really hurt you. As Chris Island gets the job done on Nathan Norman. Andrew Ritchie's 17th. And he's in a great little battle with Paul Young from PRA.
Yeah, Paul's another one that probably should be a bit further up. He's had a bit of bad luck, and he had that net code contact which kind of dropped him all the way to the rear of field. He's done a good job battling back.
They've done very well. And Michael Whiting still under a bit of pressure from Toddy Hayne behind. Of course, when the dust settles, Michael will be pretty happy to be 4th in the series. Chastity all over the back of Hayden Harrison now. So this battle's starting to get tightly contested.
Yeah, very evenly matched these two. Blake Warby's joined the party as well now.
Yep, great drive from Blake to recover after early incidents.
Yeah, and also speaking of Michael Whiting, it's probably a great lesson for anybody watching or other drivers out there. Like you just have to build a championship on getting good regular finishes. trying to gain, not trying to weigh 5th place for 4th place and ending up 28. Like Michael goes about his driving in a very, very good way.
Yeah, it's very very professional methodology with it, really.
Yeah, absolutely, and like it's probably a lesson I should learn as well. Like if 5th place is on offer, take it. Don't try and gain 4th and end up 34th.
The old risk versus reward. I'd like to quickly jump back to Warboys. Warboys definitely all over the back of James Chastaneef at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. But for Blake also, there's a lot to play for here, and he's just got to manage what he's doing and just think about the big picture.
What big shout out to Ash Breller, who's dropped in to join us. How are you, Ash?
Yeah, good, John.
Hey Ash, how are you?
Good, Mark. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Made some great racing tonight.
Definitely has.
Yeah,
Definitely not on my part. I've spent a fair bit of time in the walls tonight.
We've all had them nights.
Just lack of practice. Unfortunately, just can't get on and spin laps and be quick, so...
Of course, as we're going into the last 2 laps, and all excited for season 3.
Yeah, season 3 is looking like it's going to shape up as a pretty good season again. There's a few big boys jumping in, obviously, like tonight. You see that we've got Ross and Hobson and a couple of other bigger names in here, so yeah, season 3 is going to be a killer.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it should be an epic season, I think, and it's great to see the boys have brought on some big name sponsors to sponsor the series. And I think when you've got big name sponsors, you'll start attracting even more bigger names to the field.
Chastity a bit loose there,
definitely.
hunting down Warboys. Michael Whiting still under pressure from Todd Hayne. This is pretty much where our last battle is in the top 10 at the moment. There's a little bit of battling down the back as Scotty McCune just gets passed by Joe Daly. But the real talking story of the night is Cory Mcfarlane. Cory came into this season with a little bit of reputation. He'd been qualifying very well in Scops. A couple of top 10 performances in qualifying, and he has just come in this season, and I don't know about you, Mark, but I think he's just gone from strength to strength, and we've seen major improvement in his driving and ability.
Cory's done an absolutely sensational job. He's been there or thereabouts. Rarely has. I can't remember him being off the front row, to be honest, but his qualifying performances, his racecraft, his ability to drive under pressure, he's a thoroughly deserving champion.
Absolutely. Good to see another one of the young up-and-comers stepping up to the plate. Of course, a quality field tonight. To say that he's managed to bring it home in front of Jordan Ross in second and Brenton Hobson in third, that's a fair achievement in itself. I think any driver would be happy with that.
Oh, absolutely, and Jordan Ross hasn't been able to gain any time on Cory at all. So in this last stint, so just goes to show you how much pace Cory has got. And I think Cory, come next season, I think he's going to be one to watch with all the big name drivers coming up. Cory is well placed to match any of them at the moment.
Absolutely. Looking very much forward to seeing him come and defend his title. And we'll have a quick run back through. As we said, Jordan Ross, man, we've just been talking about. JR up into second, up 35 spots, one of the rear grid starters. So we said the man to watch was going to be young Jackson Susan Harlow, but it's the experience and racecraft of Jordan Ross has seen him up 35 spots here to second. I reckon Jordan would be pretty happy with this drive.
Without a doubt, I mean, Jordan's a class operator in his own right, and it just goes to show you how much experience he's got. He's got up to second place from rear grid, up 35 spots without, making anybody else's race miserable. So good on him.
Yeah, great drive. Of course, Hobbo dropped in to say good day to us under the safety car. You'll be quite happy to come and have another chat to us. He was quite keen. He said he wanted to come back and talk. So it looks like he's going to bring her home in P3. Young Kobe Jones in fourth, up 27 spots. Another great drive. Another one of the Synergy guys in fifth will be Christian Smart. And then Jackson Susan Harlow up into sixth, up 32 spots. It'll be interesting to see what it would have been if he didn't get the drive through.
Yeah, that's a shame that he did get the drive through, but I'm really looking forward to season 3 battles with all these boys signing up. So it's going to be some epic racing. So hoping to see everybody tune in for season 3.
Cory Mcfarlane brings it home. Scores a bullet at Imola. Scores a bullet for the championship. Well deserving winner. Congratulations, Cory. Well deserved, mate. And P2 tonight, Jordan Ross, Brendan Hobson home in P3, Kobe Jones in P4, Christian Smart brings it home in 5. 6 will be Jackson Susan Harlow, deserving drive there. Adam Hayne in P7, and leading home his brother Todd comes second in the championship. Great drive from Todd, managing to get home in front of Michael Whiting, who ended up in 9th. Great drive from Michael. Take P4th in the championship. Hayden Harrison in 10th position. Blake Warboys finishes in 11th. Our reigning or former champion, season 1 champion, coming home in 11th to finish P3 for this series. I think Blake will be happy with that. And James Chastaneve home in 12th. Dengate home in 13th. Matthew Brunt in 14th. And we then have Damien Cairns, Paul Young, Andrew Ritchie, Sean Rigby. Great drive from Sean. Bring it home in 18th. Joe Daly in 19th. Scotty McCune behind him with Andrew Archer, Chris Ireland. And then we're going to have Stephen Varga. He's going to bring it home in 23rd, up 12 spots. And then our last man will be Roy Clark. So great drive by Roy to bring it home on the lead lap. So I think Roy will be pretty happy with that effort.
Yeah, good drive from Roy, and I think Stephen Varga as well. Good drive through, still up 12 spots.
Absolutely. I think we've just had a cracking race. It's just been absolutely awesome. An awesome season, Mark. And before the boys come in, mate, I just want to personally thank you for dropping in and picking up the mic and helping me out with the series, mate. I've really enjoyed commentating with you and your insightful comments and the wealth of knowledge that you bring to my inexperience when it comes to racing. So thank you.
Thanks, John. It's been a pleasure to be here. Looking forward to coming back for season 3. And yeah, looking forward to seeing Cory Mcfarlane battling it out with some of the boys who have made their way through the field tonight. Next season, I think season 3 is going to be a very, very hard-fought championship. And like tonight, boys turned it on again. What can I say? It's a great series with great drivers, good clean racing, hard racing, and yeah, there's not much more I can say than the fact that I've thoroughly enjoyed being here.
And I've thoroughly enjoyed having you here, mate. So yeah, big thank you for that one. And yeah, next season's just shaping up like a cracker. We might start off by bringing in our P3 man, Brenton Hobson. Hobo, how are you, mate? You said you wanted to come back and talk to us. Congratulations on P3.
Yeah, well, in the end, I was only just good enough, wasn't I, to get back here for another chat with you guys. But I tried my hardest to look like a bit of a goof after that restart when I spoke to you. But other than that, we are back. And just snuck in for a podium. I'll take it.
You'll take it? Absolutely. Any highlights from that race, mate, that you want to share?
Every lap I was like a human highlight reel out there coming around, mate. It was out of control. I had a hard time keeping the car under it tonight, actually. And pretty much every lap there was something going on, trying to crash. But that restart was pretty spicy and cars flying off everywhere. It was a good bit of fun. That was what it was all about. Like I said, coming and having some fun. And it was certainly that.
No, I appreciate you coming and have some fun, mate. We thoroughly enjoyed watching you guys. I'll kill two birds with one stone. We'll bring Jordan in. Jordan, congratulations on P2, mate. Cracking drive, up 35 spots. You got to be pretty impressed with that.
Yeah, it was fun, mate. It was mega fun. Thank you.
It was good. Cory, just that little bit too quick to catch?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, by the time I got through and whatever, he was too far up the road, and I gave it a crack, and then I thought, I'll save me tyres just in case there's a safety car at the end, but because I wasn't really going to pull him in 7 or 8 seconds or whatever.
Yep.
So yeah, that's all I did, but no safety car at the end, so I couldn't have a crack.
That's good, mate. It would have been interesting if we had another safety car. It would have really turned it into a definite sprint home, I think. I might got Jackson in the green room. Might bring Jackson up as well to say g'day. Jackson, how are you, mate? That was a cracking drive. You've got to be happy with that.
Yeah, it was a fun race. Cool battles throughout the race, but I don't know. Probably should have been better. I made the stuff up. I didn't realise when I tried to cross over on Adam, I didn't realise he had a bit of I had a bit of overlap on him. So I clipped him and readdressed that one, and that put me back in the pack. And unfortunately, when I made that move on Hayden, I think we just had a bit of an over-exaggerated door-to-door hit, and it just kind of sent him and got that penalty, which sucked.
Yeah, you seem to slid off the curb, so to speak. With that one, your rear sort of slid off the curb, which sort of pushed you, exaggerated that push into him, I think.
Yeah, well, I did that move a lot throughout the race, so I knew I could have got it done. And when I went down the inside, he moved a little bit to the left, and I kind of got a bit scared because I didn't want to hit him at first, so I locked the brakes, the rears, and that's how I got into that little bit of a slide. And then, we made that little bit of door-to-door, and like you said, because I had the rear that hit him, it over-exaggerated. So that was a shame. I didn't want to ruin his race. I think he lost a lot of spots out of that. So my stuff up, but I had to have a crack. Like I had some cool battles, like I said, coming from the back with Jay Ross and also Kobe and all them. We had a lot of fun. But I wanted to try win that race, and I knew if I didn't try and make moves like that, Cory was going to get away. So gave it a go. Didn't work out, but is what it is.
That's good stuff. And Jordan, I'll let you do thank the sponsors, mate, for SSR.
Yeah, mate. Thanks, SSR. Everyone at SSR. Me and Hobo had a good race there. It was mega fun. All the boys in the team chat said about 4 o'clock today, let's do the East Coast. So, mega fun, and I reckon we'll be back again.
It's good. You've all signed up for next season, so it's good to see the Synergy boys supporting the East Coast series, and a couple of other new little sign-ups this evening. Michael Talianch has signed up as well, so I think we're going to be in for a cracking season next season.
Nice one. Righto, thanks, guys.
Yeah, cheers.
Big thank you to the Synergy boys for supporting the series. It's been great to have yous, and looking forward to you being back next season. Sorry.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you soon.
No worries.
Cheers, guys.
And we'll bring in our championship winner. I've hit the wrong button here. What have I done? We'll drag up this one. And Cory Mcfarlane, congratulations on the race win, mate. That's 10 out of 20 races in this season. But most of all, mate, congratulations on the series championship.
Yeah, thank you.
You got to be happy with that one.
Imola's a fun track, and just a track where you can sort of bounce over curbs is always fun. And it's good race with Hobbo at the start, and I'm sure if he didn't cop, I think it was a slowdown or something, he would have been a good battle all throughout the race. And yeah, Jackson was definitely coming on and probably would have had it if he didn't get the drive through, which is unlucky. And yeah, J Ross as well was definitely coming pretty hard at the end.
Yeah, Jordan couldn't make any ground on you in the end there, so you held your own in that regard, and probably end up being a bit of a lonely race for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty fun track, so it's never too boring, and having a fair few incident points to spare at the end was definitely made it a bit more fun, being able to just bounce over the curbs a little bit more carelessly and not have to worry about getting any of the drive-through penalties. And yeah, it's been a really fun series to race in.
That's good, mate. So you coming back next year and going to put the number 1 on the car?
Not sure yet. We'll see.
We'll see. Yep.
Yeah.
That's right. And
well, I'm going to put the pressure on you and think we really want to see you back here defending your championship. Some good guys coming to race, and we'd really love to have you back because you've been an absolute sensation for us this season.
Yeah, thank you. It's this year's season, sorry. It's been bloody awesome and really picked up as well to the end of the season with a lot of like synergy and that coming in. Dane coming in for a round, and yeah,
Dane's back. Dane's back next year when he's available. So he's already signed on.
Oh, I have to come and take him out again, hopefully.
And we've also
Put him
got
on the fence even harder.
We've also got. I might just bring up, as I just said before, Michael Talianch entered this evening. Fishy boys are back. We've got, of course, a good representation with Hobbo and Jackson Susan Harlow from Synergy. So we've got some quality drivers wanting to come and take it to you, mate.
Yeah, I mean, someone like Jackson or Dane, it's walk in the park to get past. So they'll definitely be having their own battles up the front. But yeah, I mean, it's just always good to have good racing in a series. And
no, it's been a pleasure having you, mate. Anyway, either way. Anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Big thanks to Sim Sports, all sponsors, PPS, Hobbs Trenching and Boring, AJ Insurance, just all the teammates that send it throughout the season. Sorry. It's definitely been really good fun to have all them in and racing together. They're a great group of guys, and yeah, huge thanks to them. Also, shout out to Luke Rosella, who unfortunately couldn't race and he's got COVID, so
bugger.
Love to have him. Love to have more battles with him. He's definitely one of my favourites to race against.
It's good to hear, mate. That's good to hear.
Yeah, well, I think looking at you and Luke in Scops and in this series, you young guys have really kind of taken up the mantle for the up and comers, and your speed and your racecraft is exceptional. So really, really good to watch you guys race. And yeah, like you said, Luke's done an epic job. Unfortunately, couldn't be here tonight, but you've just been a standout this season, and you're a thoroughly deserving champion. And just a credit to your sponsors; they must be happy. And really look forward to seeing you do some more racing in Scops while we're waiting for season 3.
Yeah, thank you guys, and big thanks to you guys and Type Band Events, and also all the admins that have put together the league with Race Control and Ben Anthony as well. Big shout out to him. So thank you for all of you guys that put in your time as well to make it possible.
Speaking of Race Control, we've got Seb in here to say a big thank you to Seb for doing the job, mate. Thanks, mate.
No, thank you. I just wanted to come in and give you guys a big shout out and congratulations on an awesome season of broadcast. And big shout out to all the drivers putting on a fantastic show. It's been a lot of fun this season.
It definitely has. Definitely looking forward to next season as well. We've got some big names, some big talent, and I think it's going to go from strength to strength, I think.
Absolutely. Look, I'm really excited to be working with Ash and Josh, and be staying on as race control with Richard driving the safety car for next season. So, look, I've learned a lot this season. It's the first time doing this sort of job myself, so it's been a bit of a learning curve, but what a great series to learn it and get out there and watch some fantastic racing. So, super excited to see where it goes for season 3, and can't wait.
Definitely. And, of course, season 3 kicking off on the 17th of May, and new logo, new title sponsor in Super Cheap Auto, some backing from SA Roofers, Pool Guys, Barilla Cabinets. I think it's going to be a cracker season. Looking forward to it. And yeah, all I can say, guys, is bring it on.
Yeah, absolutely, and great job, Sev, in race control. I've done a lot of race control myself, and it's never easy. You never make many friends being in race control, and your calls have been spot on this season. So well done.
Oh, thank you. No, I've made a few that I've looked back at afterwards and gone, maybe. But look, tonight I think was one of the hardest ones when you got JSH out there blasting through the field and you got to make a call on his move. You're looking at that for fine tooth comb. But no, it has been a fantastic season. I've learnt a lot. I've had a lot of fun, and yeah, it helps that the quality of driving out there has been fantastic. So it's been really good and really fun to be a part of.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
And of course, before we wind up, there's two other blokes we've got to mention that haven't jumped into the green room, so I'm hoping they might have. And the first one is our second place getter, Todd Hayne, our second man in the championship. So congratulations, Todd. I think that's a cracking effort, mate. You've battled bloody hard with Cory and Blake all season. And I think it's kind of come down to consistency in those battles. So hats off to you, mate, and Taipan Esports for coming second in that event. Second in the championship. And Blake Warboys for coming third. It would have been a rather stressful race, I think, knowing that you had Michael Whiting in front of you and, trying to work out how many spots you needed to be behind Whiting to make sure that you weren't pipped off the podium for the championship. So hats off to those two boys as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Todd's done a great job this season. He's always in that top 4 or 5 and battling with the leaders, and he's just been super consistent. Same for Blake. They're always there and thereabouts. They're good, smart, young racers, and I think we're just going to see them boys get quicker and quicker and quicker. And they've done an absolutely outstanding job for their teams, their sponsors, and for the series.
Absolutely, and I think next season is just going to be a cracker, Mark, and can't wait.
Yep, looking forward to it. It's going to be a really, really epic opening round, I think. It's always when the season starts, everybody's kind of re-energized and refocused and want to get off to the best start possible, and the racing's always very tough. So really looking forward to it.
And Donington's one of those tracks that really brings out some interesting racing as well.
Yeah, definitely a tough track for an opening round. It's it's one of them tracks that can bite really hard, really quickly, and there's some places there's a bit of runoff room, but other places there's none. So looking forward to that, and looking forward to getting behind the mic again and working with you again for another season.
Absolutely, looking forward to it, Mark. We might leave it there. I might say goodnight, and hope everybody, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube page, please do, because we will be back for season 3.
Cheers, John.